Ah, the Milanesa. The classic thin cutlet of meat, washed in egg, breaded, and then fried. Or baked, if you're cutting back on oil. This is one of the most popular foods in Argentinian cuisine. In Argentina, over 300 million kilos of Milanesa are consumed every year. What is the story of this particular meal? And what can we learn about Argentinian culture thanks to it? Welcome to Further Records, the podcast where you can stay one step ahead with your English practice. I'm your host, Forrest. Our story begins with the arrival of Italian immigrants on the shores of the La Plata River. Their travels around the year 1900 brought a great amount of culture. This included food, and in those foods was the Milanesa. The origin of the Milanesa is considered to be the cotoletta alla milanese, an Italian dish. Or is it? Well, according to historical documents, the true origin of the dish is in France. I know. I didn't want to believe it either. The oldest document that can be found regarding the recipe was in a book called La Science du Maître d'Hôtel. It was only later that it was taken to Italy, thanks to a woman named Maria Luigia di Parma, who at the time was the wife of Napoleon Bonaparte. She lived longer than her husband, and then became Duchess of several Italian regions. She took her French cooks with her, of course, and as they say, the rest is history. It's called the French Revolution cutlet. The original was fried in butter, as is usual in French cuisine. In Italy, it was changed for oil. Not only is it not originally Italian, but it's not exclusively Argentinian either. Because Italian immigrants came to a variety of countries in Latin America, it's popular not only in Argentina, but also in Uruguay, Bolivia, Venezuela, Paraguay, and Mexico. Still, Argentina makes the best ones. Sorry, not sorry. You don't have to believe me. One of our restaurants was awarded for having the best Milanesa Napolitana in the world. That said, Milanesa Napolitana is a funny name. Milanesa means it's from Milan, and Napolitana means it's from Naples, right? Well, turns out it was never made in Naples. It was created in a restaurant right here in Buenos Aires, which was simply called Napoli. Whatever the truth may be, the Milanesa is one of the most Argentinian dishes to exist. We have competitions, we've made it into a sandwich, we've created the biggest Milanesa in the world, which also required a gigantic deep fryer, specifically for the biggest Milanesa in the world, by the way. Anyway, we've also created veggie variations for our friends who can't eat meat. It's a symbol of Argentina itself, a creation inspired by neighbors, made with our personal touch. It creates community, it's fun to make, and almost everyone has a few in their freezer, just in case they don't know what to cook that day. And I hope you too, wherever you are, have a Milanesa close by. Thank you, Milanesa. You've been listening to Further Records, a podcast by Further Corporate. In this episode, we used certain phrases associated with today's topic. Have you heard of these before? Cutlet, a thin slice of meat. Egg wash, the act of coating a food in egg, usually to then apply breadcrumbs. Breading, breadcrumbs which are added to the outside of a food, which is then fried. Cuisine, the dishes and meals which are characteristic of a specific culture. Recipe, the steps a cook needs to follow to create a meal. According to. Used when talking about a specific source of information. Regarding. Talking about something specific. Thanks to. This means something happened because of this. Whatever the truth may be. This phrase means this can be true or false. It doesn't matter. To keep boosting your English journey, you can listen to more of our episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. We're also on YouTube. It's Further Corporate. If there's any other topic you'd like to know more about, send us a message on Instagram. It's @furtherlanguages. See you next time.